So, hello. Why is following instructor directed layout critical for cutting permanent openings? When you're working on site, you won't be cutting into foam, you'll be doing drywall, and finding, cutting a permanent hole in that and repairing it will be a pain in the ass. You have to, cut another piece of drywall to go back in. If you cut in an opening where there's no wood, you have to have wood to, put it back in place, or something to drill into. Then you have to tape and float and paint and texture, and it's just a headache that you don't want to deal with. So knowing exactly where you're going to put it, or where, say your customer wants it, is critical. What technique helped you achieve clean, accurate cuts without damaging the foam board? Uh, Having the layout put on there ahead of time, tracing out, measuring the size of the gang box you need to put in, and then measuring the hole you need to cut. And then I like to sort of trace it out with a, utility knife, making a shallow cut, very, very shallow first. And then once I have sort of that layout and I can follow it with the knife line, push the rest of the way through. And I think that keeps a cleaner cut, and you don't, have as much damage afterwards. And how does proper hand tool safety reduce mistakes and injuries on the job site? Well, when using a knife, gloves are best to wear, but generally a box cutter doesn't have a very large blade, but it is a very sharp blade. And knowing where you're going to cut with it, and keeping your hands on the knife and cutting slowly and accurately will keep you from hopefully burying it in your leg. Anyway, that's all I got. Thanks.